1951 Dodge Wayfarer. We're going to be changing the transmission fluid. I got the car up on ramps, jack stands in the back too. You want to make sure the car's level when you're doing the diff fluid or the transmission fluid. Really any fluid when you're filling, you want it to be level. So we got it warmed up. We went and drove it for about 20-30 minutes, got it to operating temp, got it jacked up. Now we're going to go ahead and get underneath and drain the transmission fluid. So what you're going to do, you're going to just use a crescent wrench. I think it might be a 9/16, but this one's always right. I'm not sure if this guy ever changed the transmission, the previous owner, so you can go ahead and, oops, sorry for the noise. Make sure your pan is like ahead of the drain plug because it's gonna come out pretty fast. Make sure you got a rag available just in case it gets out of control. So, yeah, look, not too bad, but definitely in need of a change. It's got a little metal on here, which, I mean, for a transmission, it's not abnormal. So these transmissions take 10 weight motor oil. So you don't want to put like a 80 or a 90 weight gear oil. You want to put 10 weight motor oil. Non-detergent, just straight 10 weight. And I think it only takes like 3.5 pints. So which is about, I think it's 1.5 quarts. So we're going to go ahead and let that drain. And then we'll fill it up from there. Now that's starting to drip. I got my drain plug cleaned off, the magnet. Put a little bit of thread sealant here on this pipe plug. Go ahead and get this cleaned off. Put our clean drain plug back in. This is pipe thread, so it's tapered. So you want to be careful not to go in too much. Just enough to tighten it. You don't want to crack the case. Kind of broke my rule of thumb here. Normally you pull the drain plug first. Always it's a little saying, pull the fill before you spill. Just so you don't forget to put fluid in. Alright, so just put in a little bit of pressure, probably 10-15 foot-pounds. So now we're going to go ahead and take out this fill plug. Another reason why you always want to take the fill plug out first is to make sure you can get oil in it before you drain it. But sometimes in the midst of trying to make a video, you jump the gun a little bit on things. Just go ahead and remove that. We'll get this cleaned up and then get ready to put our oil in. Okay, now that we got our drain plug out and our fill plug, or we got our drain plug back in and our fill plug out, we're gonna get ready to fill the transmission. Now, because the filler's here, there's not a whole lot of room. I would think, you know, if you wanted to, I think there's an access pan up here in the floor that you can get to. I just don't feel like pulling the carpet and everything up. So this is the oil we're using. Pure Guard non-detergent 10 weight. Says here on the back, recommended use as a general purpose lubricant, suitable for compressor and hydraulic systems which require non-detergent oil, can be used in manual transmissions and gearboxes where an extreme pressure gear lubricant is not required. In the owner's manual and the service manual, it says that these GYRO-MATIC transmissions use only 10 weight oil. What I did is I put it in this bottle, a 1 gallon bottle. It's empty. This had like regular 90 weight gear oil, but it was empty. So I put 2 quarts in here with our pump, and we're gonna go ahead and just pump this into the transmission. Let's see if I can get a better shot for you guys here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pump this in. So put your hose in here. Try to get it in far enough so it doesn't squirt back out at you. So you fill up the transmission just till the oil starts to weep out of the hole. So this 10 weight oil should pump in fairly quick compared to 90 weight gear oil. Might take a minute. Again, like I said, I think it calls for 3.5 pints, which, if my math is correct, that's 1.5 quarts. 2 pints per quart, I think. All right, there we go. Fluid's starting to dribble out. So we'll just let that self-level itself, and then we could put our plug back in there. Go ahead and take out your hose. It's kind of a messy ordeal, but it is what it is. All right, so that's leveled off there. You know, when you go to check your transmission fluid, it says to check it every 1,000 miles. Again, you want it level. You would pull this plug and you just kind of put your finger in there and make sure that you have some oil on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this plug off. This is the sealant that I use. It's just a Loctite high temp thread sealant. I guess you could use Teflon tape, but I'm not really a big fan of Teflon tape. It kind of gets into stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off. Put our plug in. Again, you don't have to bury that plug. It's tapered. Not really a whole lot of room. I'm sure they make a square socket for these, but all right, there we go. Again, just a little bit past hand tight. It's always a good idea when you're down underneath your car to wipe up any leaks, suspect things. You know, if you wanted to put a wrench on these, but it's pretty cool. So that's how you change your transmission fluid in a 51 Dodge Wayfarer with a GYRO-MATIC transmission. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.